But it is confirmed. Yoda Stories 2 for PlayStation 5 Pro. It's insane. But there's more. There's more. We have Jar Jar Beach Volleyball. I guess they should have really had someone like actually check the
I
spelling of the title. That's
I
really
I I
awkward.
don't like this picture. I don't
You don't like
like
this
this picture.
picture?
No. No.
Well, I'm sorry, but it is legit. Like this is being developed. This is being made. So this is like very much real. It's being developed by 2Kea. It's a very famous developer, I guess. Yeah, we have
Also,
more.
it's rated by Modvin E for Bessie.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of wanted this to say AO, but I struggled with that, so I just let it be E. Oh yeah, this is a good one. We're finally getting new Dragon's Dogma, Mirandia's Dogma. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's being developed by Pete of Agumet. So that's hope that developer does a good job. I mean, it makes sense. Like Itsuno left Capcom, so I guess this is the developer that's now taking over the Dragon's Dogma series.
I think makes a good point. It's interesting. It's for PS4.
Yeah, they said that would be nice. It's kind of like RE8 and RE4, where we're like they suddenly like super late they decided, yeah, we're going to release it for PS4 after all. Hooray! We also have Dragon Ball whatever, which is just whatever. That's
So
how I
that's
feel
what
about
I
this.
was talking about earlier.
This is just whatever. Whatever. We have Magic Carpet 3, Space and Beyond. Wow. Taking Magic Carpet to a whole new place. You have a
I was
cannon on it and
wondering when the
everything.
Magic Carpet 3 would show up in this list of AI pictures.
AI pictures, these are real. And we
Text,
have
please.
Sock Puppets Gone Wild. Now, this is a spicy one.
I
Even though
mean,
it's just rated 3. It's just rated 3, so I guess it's not very spicy.
Sock Puppets Gone Wild, isn't that just your daily life?
Maybe. Maybe. We also have Elmo has a gun. This mod might be. You know what? I don't think this will be on store shelves very long. This is. I don't know. This. Yeah, I think they're going a bit too far with this one.
Which is a shame because I would probably play that.
Oh gosh. They're not even sure about like the rating for this. Like it feels like a merge of two numbers.
It's to 12. That's the rating to 12.
That's an interesting one.
I mean, come on. We have. Oh, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go, Carvel.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, we like this. I mean, I would I would play Soccer 7. I would.
Yeah, I bet you would.
She's even got to like a hot chocolate right there.
Is that an Amy thing? She likes hot chocolate.
Yeah, that's very much an Amy thing. I think she gets hot chocolate once in the story mode. I think maybe potentially. And of course, Devil May Lady. That's this is basically 10 out of 10. Like this is going to be the best game of all time. And yeah, finally, Prince of Persia 3. It was re-greenlit, so it's finally getting made.
Re-greenlit.
And yeah, that's a full list of games that will be announced for the PlayStation 5 Pro, and this is all definitely very legit. Nothing here is fake. It's all super legit.
It's all.
If people want to pre-order any of these titles, just send $100 to my PayPal, and I'll not change name and move to a different country. I will not do this. But no, yeah. So yeah, I guess 8 minutes from now the thing will start, and
It should be, yeah.
8 minutes to wait for 9-minute video.
My YouTube thing says 9 minutes. Like they actually have a countdown playing on the video.
Yeah, I just noticed. Yeah. It's I guess I lied. It's not 8 minutes. We're gonna be here for even longer. Is the music here?
I have the video unmuted and there's nothing.
So it's gonna be 9 minutes of Mark Cerny babbling about an unknown thing that's maybe kind of potentially the PlayStation 5 Pro, maybe.
Yes, a console that I imagine not many people watching this will be buying.
Hello, mute. Yeah, like. So, what do they need to show here to convince you to buy this?
I don't think there's anything because it'll be too expensive for me to afford, regardless of what they show. Because I mean, come on, the PS5 the base PS5 has been increasing in price, and this system will be more expensive.
Oh yeah, I guess maybe Mute didn't see the leaks. Sure, I can show the leaks again. Very
Sure,
good
why
leaks.
not?
So yeah, so first of all, I mean, like the actual design of the thing leaked. So well, the video isn't playing, but either way, like the PS5 Pro, it's just a bunch of PlayStations doctored together. It's like, I think Mark's Cerny could do better
So
than this, but oh well.
those look more like PS4s than PS5s.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe they just had like a billion PS4s in like storage they're trying to get rid of. That's I don't know. I guess it's just gonna do weird things. And yeah, like we have a few games that's been leaking. Like Yoda Stories 2 is gonna be for PlayStation 5 Pro. Jar Jar Beach Volleyball. That's another one. Mirandia's Dogma. I feel like this one could be pretty good. It's very good. Dragon Ball, whatever. I mean, that's just whatever. Like I don't know. Magic Carpet Space and Beyond, like the third title, finally, like with a cannon and everything. This is gonna be great. You have Sock Puppets Gone Wild. It's a little bit too spicy, even though it's only rated 3. Elmas Are Gone. This is this is definitely too spicy.
Oh yeah, has anyone here played that Squirrel Has a Gun game that came out recently?
It's on my wish list. I haven't played it. Software 7, finally. They took their time. Devil May Lady, great game. This is definitely the best in the DMC franchise, which is now the DML franchise, I guess. And Prince of Persia 3 finally been re-greenlit, and yeah, these are games we can definitely expect to be announced in this Mark Cerny PS5 video.
I am certainly curious, like what games they will use to show off the power PlayStation 5 Professional Edition.
I don't know.
Yeah.
9 minutes isn't very long.
No, it's not.
Not sure if I want to show the Ibet Julia show. That's going a bit too far.
Oh dear. Hmm.
I feel like that would convince people to not buy. That's just kind of terrifying.
Actually, it's come to my attention. I just realized they have re-released a lot of old Star Wars games over the past few years.
Yeah.
So yeah, where is Yoda Stories? Come on.
Yeah, that's a
Come on,
fair point. Like, what
LucasArts.
the
Come
hell,
on,
man?
Disney. Just put it out in some kind of collection of Star Wars games.
It's not even on GOG, as far as I know.
No, it's not. Like, I mean, they put out those super hard Super Nintendo Star Wars platform games. They put out that absolutely fucking busted Battlefront Classics collection.
Yeah.
They did that. There's that Night Dive Dark Forces remaster, which had some issues at launch, but I think those have been mostly patched, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's still some like drawbacks. Like the music isn't still quite as good as in the original, and well, they didn't try to properly fix an awareness with the old game where like it runs at I forget what it was. I think it runs at a really weird frame rate.
Oh, all right.
So you will get judder unless you play it at like 75 frames per second or something. or like with like a 75 hertz monitor.
Okay.
But I mean, no, for the most part, like it's in a good shape.
And in years past, they've also re-released Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Jedi Knight 2, I think Jedi Academy as well, and Republic
Yeah.
Commando.
Jedi Outcast.
So yeah, they are running out of old Star Wars games to re-release. Hell, they even released that fucking Star Wars Bounty Hunter game on my birthday, no less.
I mean, there are way more they can go for. They released a lot of stuff. A lot of it is really obscure. There's a Star Wars 1 Phantom Menace tie-in game. There's Master of Terra's Kasi fighting game.
Wait, the PlayStation 1 Phantom Menace game, I think was that not actually released as a PlayStation Classic recently on PS5?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like in my head that's not like a tour like re-release. That's just them like finding the ISO file and like throwing it into an emulator.
Well, it might be the best we get in some cases. Time splitters.
Yeah. But there's also they had like a weird Episode 1 RTS game they released, which I feel like most people might not be aware of. That like a weird puzzle game featuring the droids from Episode 1. There's a lot of really weird Star Wars stuff out there.
I think the RTS, at least one of the Star Wars RTS games might be on GOG. Star Wars. Yeah, here's one of them, Empire at War. Although I don't know. Oh, Galactic Battlegrounds? Is that the one? Is that an RTS? It looks like an RTS.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually the one I'm thinking of, but yeah, I mean, there's actually several RTS games. There's also one based on like the original trilogy, which I forget the name of.
Is that Empire at War?
No, that's a later one.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess that's also yet another Star Wars RTS game. I guess there's at least 3 or 4 of them in total.
Well, it looks like those two are the only RTS Star Wars games on GOG. At any rate, Empire at War and Galactic Battleground.
Yeah, Galactic Battle, something like that. That's based on like the prequels, right? Empire at War, I think it was like 2005 or something. It was like a later one.
2D art is giving me very Age of Empires vibes.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, 30 seconds until it starts. All right,
I'll be sad if there's suddenly a huge focus on 8K, because come on.
Nah, I think there's going to be a big focus on AI upscaling. I think that's what we're going to see.
Yeah, I guess that's realistic. I guess also maybe like 4K 60 FPS might be a thing they'll babble about. Oh, Darwin, thanks for the sub.
Wow.
Wow. Wow, nothing is rated AO? What the hell?
Hi, I'm Mark Cerny. I'm excited to be here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup. I'm Mark PlayStation 5. I'm excited to be here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup. But first, I want to take just a minute to look at what how it advances gaming PlayStation 5 and how it delivers an exceptional gaming experience.
I had it playing twice.
When PS5 debuted in 2020, it brought a lot.
Oh no, the balls are back.
8 Zen 2 CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5 and enable high-speed complex gameplay, with character counts reaching into the hundreds and frame rates that can be as high as 100.
I think that game isn't out yet.
Oh.
PS5 has a powerful RDNA 2 GPU, which can render anything from intricate details to a fantastic world with vast panoramas to explore. Ray tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water or glass. And the realism
bold of you to use Jedi Survivor as an example there.
A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed, resulting in ultra-fast transitions between game
I
worlds.
feel like this is also kind of controversial because people learn that you don't really need a very fast SSD for
so high that
Ratchet & Clank
traversal
to play
speeds are
fine.
essentially unlimited.
Yeah, I think at best you could argue you need a SSD.
Tempest 3D audio tech brings an unparalleled sense of immersion to the sound of the games. With audio so real, you may not even need to see the enemies to know exactly where they are. Finally, the DualSense controller has haptics.
Does Returnal
that
still
you feel
crash in
through your
PS5? I
hands
don't know
what
there.
your character is experiencing inside.
Hope they fully fixed it.
It's wonderful to see such variety and richness of game experiences. Creators have made amazing use of the hardware capabilities, but when I talk to them, I do hear about their desire for more graphics performance. The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second, and that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with: graphics modes. It can be a difficult choice for players.
Is it going to be one thing now?
Fidelity modes emphasize the visuals, typically through higher resolution rendering.
Combines them both?
These modes might also have enhanced detail or use more ray tracing. But the games only run at 30 frames per second. The visuals can be choppier, and the controls less responsive.
Exactly.
Performance modes emphasize frame rate and interactivity, typically choosing to run at 60 frames per second, mainly by reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved. When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time. Removing that decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro. We want to give players
Binary
the graphics
choice
that
is
the
too
game
complex
creators
for
aspire
people.
to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer.
I mean,
to do that, PS5
I'm
Pro
pleased to hear more people are
substantially
picking
improves over
performance and
PlayStation 5
fidelity.
in
That's
three
that's good. Yeah,
ways.
that's
Here's what we
reassuring.
call the big three. First, we made the GPU much larger
There
and
it is,
increased the
AI
speed of the memory it
upscaling.
uses. The result is rendering that's up to 45% faster. Second, we made major upgrades to the ray tracing, taking a streamlined and accelerated approach that allows calculation of the rays at double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5. And finally, we added custom hardware for machine learning and an AI library called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSSR for short. PSSR analyzes the game
So that
images
name
pixel
leaked
by pixel
months
and
ago.
can add an extraordinary amount
It's
of
basically
detail, which boosts the
Sony's
effective
DLSS.
resolution of the games.
Pretty much.
Game creators are adding PS5 Pro support to new and existing titles, and with the big three involved, the results can be pretty amazing, with graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but at double the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5 Pro. It has huge amounts of detail and targets a super smooth 60 frames per second. Let's compare this to the fidelity mode on PS5, which is
If
only
they want
running
people to
at
go
30
insane,
frames
they
per
should show
second
blood.
and is therefore
They should show
much
like
choppier.
Bloodborne here.
They
This
should,
goal
but they
of
probably
delivering
won't.
almost fidelity-like graphics at performance frame rates has been achieved.
I mean, if
for a
that's
broad
coming,
set
it'll
of
probably be
titles,
like a
including
TGS or
Marvel's
something.
Spider-Man 2
I would be big in using the PS5 Pro.
and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. We can see that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation 5. Another way to compare the two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus Performance mode on PS5, both of which target 60 frames per second. What we see here is a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5. For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer. And here we can see Marvel's
Looks
Spider-Man
better,
2
but at
has
the same
noticeably
time,
higher
PS5 looks
resolution
just
throughout
fine
the
to
scene,
me.
including
Yeah,
the trees
that's the vibe
and
I'm
procedural
getting.
cars.
The differences are so minor.
So overall, some remarkable improvement to the games. On PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics or smoother and more responsive gameplay. This is the big three showing their value. As you've been seeing, machine learning via the PSSR library is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate. But there are as many approaches as there are game engines. The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West. Apart from the detail boost, that extra graphics power is allowing for improvements to lighting and visual effects, as well as to the hair and the skin in cinematics.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Good enough for me.
Ray tracing is finding broad usage as well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates. The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can make a real difference. Allowing Gran Turismo 7 to add ray-traced reflections between the cars in gameplay, while continuing to support their targeted 60 frames per second.
Vroom vroom.
That boost in ray tracing is also delivering big wins for Hogwarts Legacy, allowing not only for better reflections and a greater variety of reflective surfaces, but also for further realism in the casting of shadows. I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5 Pro. Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family. Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at a number of games running on the new console.
Oh god. I don't trust music. You can let me know when the music stops. Is it still music? Is it in-game music? It is also generic music, maybe. Like, oh, just
yeah.
Like trailer music.
I mean, there's the drums.
God.
I also guess that confirms that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is getting a patch. Oh, Demon Souls as well?
Yeah, I don't know. This I'm kind of curious how many people will be convinced to get this, because I don't know.
Yeah, like, I think the people that might be most interested in this might be people who don't already have a PS5, and even then, the price is going to play a big factor there.
I suppose we don't know the price yet.
Yeah, we don't.
I suppose there's specific games which would, in theory, benefit more. Well, yeah, like right there, Dragon's Dogma 2. That's a game where, although I mean, is the CPU better at all? Because like, is Dragon's Dogma 2 is CPU bottlenecked?
I was under the impression that Dragon's Dogma 2 was more of a CPU bottleneck. Yeah.
No, that's a price.
Oh no! No.
Was that like $700 and was it £700? Are those like entirely different currencies?
£700? Are you fucking joking? No.
Yeah, it seems, yeah. Oh, really? Pounds is pretty close to $1. Okay, then it's not a big deal. But the price overall does seem, that seems pretty high. What was the launch price for the PS5 again?
Was it $500 in the US? I can't remember.
Google this.
I want to say it might have been £450.
It was $500 and $400 for the digital. Yeah, that makes it even more weird. Like, I feel like there's specific games that would greatly benefit. Like, if Star Wars Outlaws gets a patch, for instance, like that would greatly benefit, because if you play at 6 FPS, then the resolution might go down to as low as like 720p, and people will like notice that. But at the same time, like, I mean, I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, that's a lot of money for certain games to look better.
Yeah, especially when you take into consideration that the current PS5 and the Xbox Series X are already on a performance level quite competitive with like mid-range PCs. Yeah, that is a tough sell.
Does it not feature a disk drive? You don't get a disk drive. That's bad.
Oh,
that's bad.
Yeah, I agree. Holy shit.
Like I made sure to get a PS5 with a disk drive, and the reason was PSN prices are stupid. I get games so much cheaper if I buy them physically. So if I buy this, I lose that option. Like, I suddenly have to pay way more for games. This just now became a really bad deal for me. They really have no SKU with a disk drive? Oh, wait, is there a detachable drive? Is that something they're gonna release? Is it announced? Yeah, it's got stripes now. It's like a race car. It's like
if I recall,
now.
they released the detachable drive with the redesign of the PS5.
Oh, okay, so that's already a thing. Okay.
Yeah, but that's still bad because that's an extra cost on top of the £700.
It's good that it exists, but yeah, like the total price cost is just absurd now. So yeah, that means so like the original PS5 was $500, and you got a disc drive. If you want PS5 Pro with a disc drive, then you have to pay $130 in total. That's yeah, I think one thing I'm kind of curious about. So they like mentioned roughly 45% faster GPU speeds. Do you have any idea what that would mean? Like how are they like compared to like PC graphics cards?
Well, I have heard the GPU in the regular PS5 be apparently very comparable to the AMD Radeon RX 6700 10 gigabytes. So not the 6700 XT, which has 12 gigs of RAM, but the regular 6700, which has 10. Although there were rumors that the much better ray tracing performance would be as a result of them using possibly using as yet unreleased RDNA 4 GPU architecture, because PC only has RDNA 3 at the moment, and RDNA 4 isn't coming out in PC form until next year.
Yeah, and I just have a hard time seeing who this is for. I hope this doesn't mean that for future games, developers will like primarily target the PS5 Pro and then just make like the modes run on a normal PS5 like way worse. Because my thing is like if you make a game with like DLSS or this in mind, then you can aim for like higher graphics fidelity and like higher frame rates. But if you turn this off, like performance will just suddenly die.
We have seen some examples of that on PC already. Like, I remember when people were complaining about, I think it was Remnant 2, when that came out, people were complaining about the performance, and the developers responded saying, hey, we designed the game with upscaling in mind.
Yeah. And DLS isn't like a perfect solution. Like you will notice some like artifacting. Also, like does it result in higher input lag? I'm not sure if that's the case.
No, I don't think it does. Maybe you're getting a little confused with the AI frame generation.
Yeah. That means
because I don't like frame generation because it gives the visual impression of a higher frame rate.
Yeah.
But the input latency is of the frame rate that you're generating on top of. So say a game runs at 60 without frame gen, and frame gen gets you up to 120. So you get the visual smoothness of 120, but the input latency of 60.
Yeah, that's just kind of something you can't get around because you can't you can't interpolate to the future. You need to interpolate between two existing frames, which means you will basically see like a little bit into the past. Like there will be always a little bit of interpolate. I mean that's also like the downside when remasters go for higher frame rate via interpolation rather than updating the game code to run at a higher frame rate, then you also get like a slightly higher input delay.
And yeah, that's basically why I've never used frame generation, because the main reason I want the higher frame rate is for the better input response. It's not about the visual smoothness for me.
Yeah. So yeah, it's yeah. I mean, this is also a big reason why. I mean, I have a card that can do frame generation. I haven't used it ever. I mean, I also avoid DLSS because I like clean image quality, and like I notice artifacting with DLSS.
If the performance is bad enough, I will turn it on. That quality, because I mean, 1440p using a lower setting than quality would probably degrade the image quality quite substantially.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually used it with a few games, mostly with my previous graphics card. For instance, like Doom ray traced, I used DLSS there because otherwise I didn't get a very good frame rate.
Yeah, I use it in Alan Wake 2 because Alan Wake 2 is heavy when you turn on the.
At least this is a showcase. I feel like that floor just looks messy to me. I don't know. I feel like this wasn't a good part of the showcase.
Well, I mean, it could be a lower resolution reflection, or it could be like making it look like that intentionally because it's an imperfect surface.
Maybe.
Also, this is a streamed video with maybe not high enough bitrate to properly resolve the detail.
Yeah, that's also a downside.
Which is actually a pretty common problem with these showcases. Like, you're limited in the amount of bitrate you can use to probably show off games like this with lots of very minute, carefully crafted detail. It can't. The low bitrate can't resolve that.
Yeah, that's kind of a downside with YouTube. It kind of reminds me of back in the day. There were a couple of times I would be sneaky and upload a 1080p video as 4040p just to get access to a higher bitrate.
And now YouTube is trying to monetize that with their whole 1080p premium thing.
Oh yeah, that is so weird. Yeah, I don't know this. I'm sorry, Mark Cerny. I am not sold. I'm not sold. Even though we've already got confirmed, like these really cool games being announced, like Miranda's Dogma and Dragon Ball whatever, Magic Carpet 3, Soccer's Gone Wild, like these very, very super legit titles. Should I show, like, what was a link? Was it like Julia? Should I show the Star Wars cast in golden bikinis? It's almost tempting. It would be more exciting than the PS5 news, to be honest.
But is that the kind of excitement that your stream can handle?
This is pretty good, though. This is pretty good. I would watch this version of Star Wars. Okay, I am less certain if I would watch this version of Star Wars.
No.
Okay, now I'm back on board. Okay, I'm definitely not on board. Yeah, I'm getting less and less on board. That's just confusing. I am, yeah, maybe Star Wars was a mistake. Maybe Star Wars was a mistake.
What the fuck did they do to R2?
I like how C-3PO is just the same.
Yeah, he doesn't need that.
I know who, I don't know who that is. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Like the PS5 Pro, maybe this was a mistake. Oh boy. Is there anything more?
Like, the PS4 Pro made a little bit more sense, because the consoles at that point in time, they were struggling to compete with PCs because PC hardware was a lot more affordable back then.
Yeah.
You didn't have to pay too much more to get a better than console experience. But nowadays, like I still feel the PS5 and the Series X are very competitive with PCs that cost a fair bit more than those consoles because of how pricing has changed.
What are the different prices again?
Shut up!
Is it didn't show it here? Was it at the very end, maybe?
I think it was at the end.
Oh yeah, there it is. How much? If I convert euros to dollars,
800 euros.
I do that.
Why do all these companies, they hate Europe?
Oh.
They always charge
Holy
more
shit!
euros. Oh god, how bad is it?
Yes. Yes. Yes, that is my answer. So people in Europe are paying $882. Why would they do this? Why would they do this?
I feel like they've always done this with euro prices for hardware. That they're always massively jacked up in euros for some reason.
I don't think they did it with the PS5 actually.
Did they not?
No, I mean I think this would still be higher. This would still be higher than dollars, but this is not nearly as horrible as what they're doing with the PS5 Pro.
Okay,
Partially tax most because they can. Yeah, that might be the thing. The reason.
So there's a poll on Reset Era asking will you be picking up a PS5 Pro? As of right now, 945 people have voted in the poll, and 83% of those people are saying no, they will not be buying one.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, yeah, just like Carbol said, like this is made for people with a second job. This is made for stupidly rich people who don't know better how to spend their money. Like, what the hell? Like, this is. Yeah, especially like even in the comparison they made, and like PR will definitely try to make the product look as good as possible, even in their own presentation. The difference isn't that big. Like the quality, like the game graphics, yeah, they were technically better, but they weren't $800 better. So yeah, that's yeah, I'll be very surprised if many people buy this thing. It seems silly. iPhone 16 or PS5 Pro. I guess at least it's not as bad as the situation with iPhone because don't they release like a new iPhone every single year, and they're like slightly better and like crazy expensive. It's for people with 4090s. Hey, how you? Wait, no, wait, no, no.
I mean, hell, that PS5 Pro, it costs more than my graphics card.
I'll not mention the price of a 4090.
I already know
a legal topic.
The rough price of a 40. Yeah, I was talking about AMD's new cards that are coming out next year. There's a rumor, unconfirmed, of course, going around that they're not going to bother like battling Nvidia at like the super high end, so there will not be like a 4090 competitor, or I guess 5090 competitor from AMD with their next set of cards. They're going to focus on the lower down the stack. And the rumor was that they would be releasing a card that challenges the 4080, a $1,000 GPU, at $600. That is the current rumor that I've heard. Oh, and of course they would be focusing on vastly improving their ray tracing performance because AMD is still struggling with that. Dragon Ball, whatever, man. Whatever, man.
Whatever, whatevs. Do we know how much VRAM we can expect with the new NVIDIA cards? Do we know when the NVIDIA cards will be announced?
There are rumors suggesting we might get the announcement of the 5090 later this year. And maybe the 5080 as well, but anything past that would be next year.
Barbara has a good point. Like I can't generate this with my PS5 Pro. I wish I can make Soul Calibur 7 a reality with my PS5 Pro, but no. Only doable with a 4090. Actually, it's way doable with less. People have been able to get Flux working pretty well on like surprisingly low amounts of VRAM.
Like 8 gigs, maybe?
Maybe I forget how low they were able to go, but people were able to like push it quite far without losing much quality.
Because these days, for playing like modern demanding AAA games, I would say an 8 gigabyte GPU is like the bare minimum.
Yeah, sorry, Julia. Mark Cerny was responsible for the pricing of PS5 Pro games, so yeah, they're gonna.
Actually, wait, what currency is that?
This is the UFA currency. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I hope that explains everything.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yep. Devil May Lady is this supposed to be the price? Is that?
No, I don't think that's the price.
Yeah.
I think that's just the random numbers you see up above our code.
Stockpoint's Gone Wild is just 5. Is this yen maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
Not seeing many prices here. This looks like it could be maybe like 90 or something. Or Jar Jar Beach Willy Ball.
Maybe we should ask the AI what Ball is, because I don't know what Ball is.
If I were to ask ChatGPT, it would just fix the typos, so that's just boring.
Damn.
Yeah. Anything more to say about the PS5 Pro? I don't know. Like, do you think Xbox is now convinced they should make like an Xbox Series XXX?
Didn't they announce? I think they announced new models, but they weren't more powerful. It comes with 2 terabytes of storage. I think that was it. I don't think they announced like a digital only version of the Series X with no disk drive.
Oh, that seems common. Seems popular.
Yeah. I think that's what they showed off back in June, actually. Near the end of that showcase that had Doom the Dark Ages and other things.
Brute. Yeah, I don't know. I went in with low expectations, and the result was actually worse than I expected. I am kind of impressed, to be honest. But yeah, that's the PS5 Pro, I guess.
Yeah.
I will not buy it.
Same.